let's do this.
It's time!
Yeah. Oh, man.
Ones and twos.
Well, I'll tell you what, I need ones and twos to get warmer. Right now it's 28 degrees here.
Oh, I feel positive. Heated.
Unbelievable. Winter has arrived early. So we're warming ourselves up by getting this podcast going.
It's time, baby. No onions, no tomatoes.
Oh, man, all up in your face, man, all up in
Giving
your
the people
grill.
what they want.
Giving you what you need.
That's right.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hello, y'all.
We're doing it a little early. We're gonna get this out early.
We gotta get this thing out early because first of all, we got a lot. We got a lot going on.
Got a busy weekend.
We got a busy weekend coming up.
We're popular people.
Yeah, you know. The second thing is that we wanted to get going just in case other things happen and we need to pop you guys with a new podcast. But it is Championship Week. But first, we're gonna start off with honoring and celebrating the great life of David Pearson.
The Silver Fox, I believe.
The Silver Fox passed away at the age of 83. He is, for you NASCAR fans, you fans who don't know, he is the second winningest driver in NASCAR history with 105 wins, 3 titles, Triple Crown. Nicknamed the Silver Fox for that gray hair early, but also he would lay in wait for his time to pounce. And the ultimate compliment is that Richard Petty says, hey, he was my greatest competition. And we're talking about the king here. So R.I.P. to David Pearson. Thoughts go out to your family, friends, and then also the NASCAR community.
That's it.
Now, what he would want us to do is move on.
And
all right.
Recaps the Phoenix.
Let's talk about the race at ISM, the reconfigured track. We had Kevin Harvick
on the pole,
on the bubble,
racing hard.
No
one else is going to get a chance, but blows a tire. Makes everything so exciting.
So he blows a tire, and then next thing you know, now we have Kurt Busch back in the mix, and
Chase
Elliott back in the mix.
Boyer was in the mix for a while, but he
also had problems.
Yeah, but so Kurt Busch leading the race
with a caution.
Gonna go to pit road, pit under yellow, get your tires, still lead the race. But what does he do?
He passes the pace car while entering pit road, which is a penalty, which ended up putting him back in the back of the field, in the middle of the pack, ended up putting him in trouble, costing him a chance at the championship and giving Kevin Harvick more life.
So then you think, okay, who's going to be the fourth? Kyle Busch and Truex still doing fine point-wise.
Yep.
So here comes Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is leading the race. He goes to pit. What happens?
He speeds on pit road and ends up getting a penalty. Now he's back in the muck. And what happened with this, because of that, they ended up actually wrecking out in the same wreck caused by Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin goes into the fence, comes back, takes out Kurt Busch, which Kurt Busch in turn inadvertently takes out Chase Elliott, and now Kevin Harvick is back.
Now Kevin Harvick.
The door's open. There is no freaking door, man.
Right. So he's the fourth driver now, trying to point his way in. The only hope is Eric Almirola.
Yes.
So he has fought all day. He gets up to second place.
Yeah.
And just couldn't make the pass on Kyle Busch.
Yes.
He had to win in order to eliminate Harvick.
Absolutely. So Kyle Busch, in theory, could have let him go by, because if you want to race somebody for a championship, who would you rather race? Eric Almirola or Kevin Harvick? It's definitely going to be Almirola every time. However, Kyle Busch is never going to do that, because he's a competitor, he's a champion, and he knows how to race clean, fair, and not cheat.
And so Kyle goes on to win the race. It's his 51st win in Cup, and
192 total wins
throughout the NASCAR series.
Yes, he is now zeroing in on 200. That's going to be another podcast once the season is over. So with that said, that set our final four with Kyle Busch, Joey Logano,
Truex, and Harvick.
Yeah, so that is your final four, and we actually had our picks.
Yes.
And our picks were...
I had Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, and Truex. So I have 3 of my 4 still alive.
Yeah, you went with chalk, a total chalk.
Yeah.
I went with Kyle Busch, Harvick, Keselowski, and Larson. So I have two of the 4. We both have Kyle Busch winning the championship, so we're both in it for that.
That's right.
All right, so we're set. Let's move on. Where are we going? We're going to the warmth and the beauty.
I think we should go on location.
I wish we could. Want to get on a plane now?
Let's go.
Homestead, Miami Speedway, and Homestead, Florida. This is where the championship is. Decided race 36 to 36. This has been a marathon. Season started in mid-February. It's getting ready to culminate
Mid-November.
In mid-November.
And so this is your cookie cutter 1.5 mile track.
Yes.
You know, the banking's 18 to 20 degrees in the turns. And so we're going to go 267 laps with the stages of 80, 80, 107.
Yep, just like at Kansas, right?
Yeah.
Same at Kansas both times.
And so you go about 180 miles an hour.
I mean, look, it's a fast track. We know it's a fast track, and I want to get the plug out there. This is the 40 Go Boost 400. Green Flag is going to be on NBC on Sunday at 1:46 Central Standard Time. You have nothing else to do. I checked it out. 11 of the 14 football games were unwatchable last weekend. So this was This is very watchable, and the championship is going to be unbelievably watchable.
All right. So since we're doing this early in the week, we don't know the qualifying or anything.
Right. Don't care about that.
So let's chat about how they qualified last year.
All right. We can talk about that. But I do want to talk about before we do that is that in the previous 4 years, the champion has won this race.
Crazy.
Since they have changed the format. So what the format is this.
Yes, tell me.
Out of the 4 drivers, whatever finishing order it is, whoever finishes best out of those 4 is the champion. So it could in theory be 35th, 36th, 37th, 38th.
That 35th guy, champion.
However, these first 4 years, it has been the winner. The winner has won the championship. Translation, win the race. Second place finisher has been a Final Four driver in all but one of these, okay? So the question's going to be this. One of the big 3, can they validate their championship?
I'm pulling for that for Kyle.
Right. So we got one of the 3 who've won one champion. 3 of them have won one championship. We have Joey Logano. Can he finally break through?
Yeah.
Championship style driver.
That's right.
All right, so let's get into last year qualifying order.
So Truex, we're just going to focus on the 4. It doesn't really matter.
We don't care about anybody else.
So Truex qualified 2nd, Kyle qualified 3rd, Harvick qualified 9th, and Logano qualified 19th. However, the finishing order of last year was, of course, 78 Truex winning. Kyle Busch 2nd, and he was coming. We'll talk about that in a minute. Harvick finished 4th, and Logano finished 6th. So the 4 drivers racing this year were in the top 6 last year.
Absolutely. So and you also had you had Truex leading 78 laps, his number 78.
Oh.
You had Kyle leading 43 laps. Harvick and Logano did not lead a lap. However, again, as Christina alluded to, they both finished in the top 6.
Crazy. And so what this all means is who does well here in the past. So with Harvick, let's talk about him first. Out of the 10 races, he has 10 top 10s, 7 top 5s. That's great. He's led 256 laps here, and with an average start of 11.7, but an average finish of 4.4.
4.4 is pretty formidable, and that kind of makes him the favorite if you just look at it that way.
That's right.
You have Truex with 6 top 10s. Kyle Busch with 6 top 10s. Laps led is the big one. Kyle Busch does have the most laps led here at 293, but he does have a DNF. He has an average finish of 14.1. All I know is that three of these four drivers have won this race, and the only one that I really worry about is Logano.
Okay. Well, you want to do some predictions? And we had our predictions here.
Well, my first prediction is going to be, well, not predictions. I want Logano to do something. When you go up there and Harvick starts shooting off his mouth, because we know he's going to do that.
Okay.
I need you to say, Joey, this is what I want you to say.
All right, Joey, listen.
I want you to say, you know what? I'm not the favorite. I'm just here to play, and then look at Harvick and say, spoiler.
So petty.
I'm looking out my windshield, not the rear window.
Oh, that was his other penalty.
And if I intend to rocker arm you to sleep.
Okay, that was another penalty.
Those are all penalties from Harvick.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Joey Logano this weekend. Now, I know Kyle Busch is your driver, but I'm rooting for Joey Logano just so I can just revel in social media and everybody being mad.
I, of course, am rooting for Kyle Busch to win.
Everybody be mad if he wins, too.
Yeah, and validate and get his second championship. But if I had to choose a second place, a person I would want to finish in case Kyle doesn't, it would be Joey. I'm not a huge Harvick fan, and I'm not a huge Truex fan, even though he's coming to the JGR camp next year.
Listen, I need anybody to win but Harvick. Harvick does not deserve to win this title. I'm saying it here, declaring it. We can't have steroids in our sport. He had 2 wins. That were disallowed, and he's still racing for the championship. Do you know that he gained more points at Texas than he lost with the penalty, because NASCAR could only penalize him 40 points. Shameful.
That's crazy. Crazy. Well, we'll be tuning in on Sunday, and we'll just see who is going to be our champion for the 2018. I'm going 18-18. That's what I like to do.
Get ready for the Super Bowl. Right now we have technical difficulties as we don't know when this thing is going to end. So Christina's probably going to get up and turn this thing off.
That's right. So you can talk to
oh, look! Finally, I get some me time.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Giving the people what they want.
Hey, listen. Check out the gun show, the freezing gun show.